Assalamu alaikum. So, inshallah ta'ala, very soon I'm gonna be creating a playlist which will say, like, learn the Tajweed in 30 days. So, I'm gonna be covering all the major and some minor topics, inshallah ta'ala, which will be covered within those 30 days. I have created a YouTube channel as well, and inshallah ta'ala, very soon I'm gonna start create that playlist. Now, today, just a glimpse of that, and it's very necessary for people to understand. Okay, let's jump straight onto the screen. Now, here you could see, first of all, we need to know what does the term tajweed mean. Okay, tajweed basically means, as Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu says, تجويد الحروف ومعرفة الوقوف. Okay, the simple meaning of this saying is the recognition, okay, of the sounds of the letters, means to perform the letters from their authentic origin with their permanent and necessary qualities, and ومعرفة الوقوف, and the recognition of the stops, way to stop, how to stop, and all of the things related to the pauses. Okay, this was the general definition of the tajweed. Now, before jumping on to the different types of the tajweed, one thing is very, very important for every learner to know. In tajweed, there are two kinds of mistakes. Number one is lahne jali. Second, lahne khafi. Now, lahne jali means a major and big mistake, apparent mistake, which is not hidden. Lahne khafi is a minor mistake. It is somehow apparent, but not as much compared to the jali. Okay, it's a bit concealed. Now, because lahne khafi is just a disliked act, it does not change the meaning and does not make you a sinner as well. Okay, so it's better to avoid, but if accidentally, if it has been missed, there is no problem. But purposely, if somebody misses lahne khafi as well, that is a makruh act, as the ulama of tajweed declares for that kind of person. Now, let's jump on to the types of the lahne jali, big mistake. This is very important. Now, lahne jali refers to four types of mistakes. Very important. Number one, changing one letter to another. For example, reading alhamdu as alhamdu. You replace the sound of the ha with the ha. This is number one mistake, and most likely this is very common, especially amongst the Qari people when they are leading the Tarawis, because they don't care what they have done, what they have read, what kind of blunders they have created. They just want to finish ASAP. But in reality, this is a big mistake. Second one is adding a letter. For example, reading Bismillah as, in this example, I couldn't add yeah, but in reality, I shall explain it to you. What does it mean? So, you read Bismillah, like with the ba, you join directly seen Bismillah. But if somebody reads like Bismillah, like he or she stretches like Bismillah, Bismillah. Now it seems like after kasra or zir, there is a ya, but in reality, there is no ya because we're saying Bismillah. But if somebody says Bismillah, this is also a mistake because now, in terms of reading, a listener will understand a letter has been added. This is a mistake, big mistake. Bismillah. ठीक है ना? This is also a big mistake. Number 3 is omitting a letter. ठीक है? For example, reading lam yulad as lam yulad. ठीक है? Is a big kind of mistake. I couldn't sort it out. But generally, I'm gonna explain it anyways. So instead of saying lam yulad, if somebody says lam yulad, means he skips or she skips the sound of the wow. Lam yulad, because of the wow, it had to be stretched up to 2 harakas. But what happened? The stretching of the wow was skipped and the sound was produced instead of lam yulad was lam yulad. This is a mistake, big mistake. And the last one is any mistake in the vowels or pauses. For example, if somebody reads al hamd instead of alhamdu, ठीक है? Like where you had to produce the sound of the pesh or dhamma, you do not produce that sound, and instead of saying alhamdu, you just say alhamd, okay? Or where you had to say alhamd, you say alhamdu. So, swapping the harakas, like you swap the pesh dhamma with the sakin, or you know swap the sakin with the dhamma. It's the same in Surah Al-Fatiha where there is a an'amta. So instead of saying an'amta, you say an'amtu or an'amti. So these are the mistakes which falls in this fourth category. Now you can imagine all of these four mistakes are very common, and these are the reasons for a person, to face a wrath of the God Almighty on the day of the judgment if someone purposely commits any of these mistakes. That would have been a different topic if somebody would be committing, just one mistake. But literally, many people are committing all of these four mistakes in their recitations, even in the azan as well. This is what scenario we are facing in this day and age. So learning Quran in an accurate way, or at least in such a manner that you could save yourself from these big mistakes, is mandatory. So, so we should try to learn the Quran in an accurate way. So hopefully this may have helped. If this has helped, so please pray for me, and inshallah ta'ala, let me know. I will upload more videos in the future as well. Jazakallah.